I'm Andrew Arms from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. As a community service member, it's somewhat in our nature after 20 plus years of serving with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department that I work with a group like the Lions Club. They reached out. We've done several events at the Lions Automobilia. It was a great opportunity for us to open a new charter, the Lions Long Beach chapter. So we're really excited, and I'm just glad to continue my service to the community and looking forward to all the great community events and giving back that we're able to do at the Lions Club. So as a volunteer for the Lions Club, we're able to do a lot of things for the community, going to community events, sponsoring local kids in the community, whether it be through automotive projects or just getting someone clothing or something they need for the holidays. And that's a great part of the Lions Club that I really enjoy.
Hi, my name is Bob Fanslow, and I'm the transportation manager here at Price Transfer and Price Automobilia. Grew up in Indiana and moved to Arizona in 1990, and then moved here in 2010, where I've lived here for the last 15 years, and I've been with Price Transfer ever since. To me, it's always been about giving back to the community. I enjoy doing various things, especially with youth engagement and helping out whenever I can with the community, and enjoy that kind of stuff.
My name is Carl Olson, and I'm a proud member of the Lions Automobilia Foundation and Museum. I was born and raised in San Pedro, California, and became enamored with motorsport at a very young age. And when the Lions drag strip opened up in Wilmington, which is right next door to San Pedro, I started spending a lot of time there. I eventually became an active drag racing participant, working my way all the way up through the ranks into the top fuel eliminator category, where I spent a few years as a professional drag racer. And then when I retired from racing, I spent 25 years as a vice president of the National Hot Rod Association, organizing and conducting drag racing events around the country and around the world, and then spent 20 years with a nonprofit foundation called the SFI Foundation, dedicated entirely to motorsport safety. Well, the goal of the Long Beach West Lions Club is the same as for Lions Clubs worldwide, and that is to provide service to the communities, to give to those who have been less fortunate than ourselves, to use the resources that we have here at Automobilia to support the efforts of the Lions Club in the community and give back.
My name is Charlie Arrows, and I'm from Huntington Beach, California. Joined the organization just last year to help out. I love the Lions organization. I like the Lions Automobilia Association and organization. I love what Lions does for the people and everything. And I also with the Long Beach Grand Prix. I'm just got promoted this year to racing director and management. And I love cars, and I love to help people and do things. I love helping people out and organizations, and so they can fulfill their needs. And we, as the Lions, we love doing that. I love doing that, and the rest of the people too, and see their happy faces, and just make people happy.
Hi, I'm Dave Merrick, and I'm on the board of directors for Lions Foundation and Museum. What do I do? So, as of New Year's Day, I'm retired. Yes, I was Honda for almost 40 years. I was head of design for Acura for the last 15, well, yeah, 10 at least. And then Honda director, everything, like a creative director for the longest time. And through that, I got to know Rick because of another board member, Tom Elliott. And, you know, car people like gravitate to each other. And Rick, you know, it was right in my wheelhouse by, you know, just the hot rod mentality and Willys and things like that, how I grew up. And they asked me to be on the board. And I realized later that it was much more than just a car museum. So the Lions Club factor, you know, just that the integral part of it, you know, that was kind of Rick's dream. And I think that's originally why I was going to do it, because Rick wanted to do it. But it turns out that we, as a board for the museum, we think we know what we're doing, but you know, it's not in our realm of, you know, just events and things like that. You know, we have Lana, but we don't have the resources or the know-how or the bandwidth to do those kind of things. Lions Club is a slam dunk with that. They do this stuff all the time, and they're, you know, it's like-minded for the foundation with, you know, giving back and youthful engagement and the pathways, but it's also just the infrastructure of Lions, how to, we did a pancake breakfast. We could have done it without Lions Club. We would have done it, but they would have been burnt pancakes, you know, and really bad. But it's just little things like that. And then there's a big picture of the international aspect of it that is such a synergistic thing for the museum.
My name is Derek Brown. I am the inaugural president of the Long Beach West Lions Club. I've been a supervisor for the Long Beach Grand Prix Committee of 300, their volunteer arm, for 28 years now. I am their longest tenured president in the history of the organization. And I was honored a couple of years ago when Rick Lorenzen first approached me about joining his new Long Beach West Lions Club that was going to be affiliated here with the Lions Automobilia Museum. Additionally, I am a sports official. I officiate football and basketball. And so again, this really dovetailed and created a synergy for me with respect to my love of dealing with youth and being able to afford them appropriate opportunities. So the reason I volunteer is, as a young man growing up, I looked to my coaches and teachers and mentors to keep me on the straight and narrow, as it were. I look at what we're doing here with our educational component through the Lions Automobilia Foundation and Museum, and the charitable good works that we in the club are planning on doing. And it just really dovetailed perfectly with what my passion is. We've been afforded opportunities that oftentimes today do not exist for young folks. So again, particularly on the high school level, many things are just cost controlled now. It's so financially unaffordable for kids to do things. Think about band, shop, different programs that when we were young growing up were just automatically included as part of our educational component. But now, unfortunately, unless you've got the financial resources to avail yourself of these things, oftentimes they're just not attainable or available for the younger generation.
So hi, I'm Ken Victor. I'm the newest member of the Long Beach West Lions Club. I've really enjoyed being part of this club. Like you said, I'm the newest member of the club, but everybody's been very inviting and very supportive. And one of the things is when Bob gave me the application to see if I wanted to be a member, he mentioned right there on the application, we're here to have fun. And that's what it's been so far to me. So my wife Joan and I, we had never been in a Christmas parade before, and we got to go be in two this year through the Lions Club. The first one was the Seal Beach Christmas parade, And there were about 8,000 people there. And what was so neat about it is our trolley has a snow machine that's on the back of it. And the kids just go nuts for it, chasing the snowflakes, trying to catch them on their tongue and everything like that. It was my job to kind of keep them from getting hurt. And then we did the Belmont Shore Christmas parade, and there were even more people there. There were like 20,000 people there doing their pajama parade. And the same thing, the kids went nuts for the snow machine. So that was a lot of fun and a really neat experience. If you're thinking about joining Long Beach West Lions Club, we'd love to have you.
My name is Manuel Sanchez, known as Manny Sanchez. I am a member of Lions Clubs International and basically the local representative. I grew up in Long Beach and I grew up around the drag strip. It was part of my background where as a kid I remember hearing the roar of it and never even put two and two together about Lions and Lions drag strip. Lions Clubs International is a all-service organization, so whatever you feel like doing to put back to the community is what we encourage you to do. So we are the largest organization at 1.4 million members, and we do about anything you could think of. There's a service project going on all over the world at any time of the day. We give back, and our plan to give back is in education. So what we want to do is reach out to all ages to talk about the automotive industry, talk about anything that's actually do what we can do to encourage kids to and also young adults and anybody who would like to learn about this automotive field. And that's one of our main objectives. We encourage people, we're really looking for people who are enthused about not just automotive, but about doing service to the community and finding out we have no boundaries as an organization. We'd love you to come down and give us your ideas and see if we can grow together.
My name is Mark Platt, and I'm a board member of the foundation of the original board. Well, I got here because Rick was a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for years, and when he decided to have a board, because I run the Long Beach Grand Prix security, and I'm a retired cop, and so my background is in events and that kind of world, and my personal company is a security company. So he asked me to be on the board, and I thought I was really honored to be a part of it. And I'm a hot rodder, and I have a blown 41 Willys with a Hemi in it, and so I fit right in. As you may know, or most people don't know, that Lions Club was the original, part of the original founders of the Lions Drag Strip. And the Long Beach Motor Patrol Association was the other half. And I'm a retired cop in Long Beach, and I raced there myself at the drag strip, and the Lions Club was a very instrumental part of that. And then along came this opportunity to have a Lions Club here, and I thought, if there's been an opportunity to help give back to the community myself, and I've had a successful life, and the Lions Club is well known internationally, and I said, and I think we're blessed to have it to be here, and they can enjoy what we have formed, what Rick built here, and everybody else now gets to enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Rosie Osorio, and I'm the financial controller of Price Transfer Inc. Okay, well, I'm been in Price Transfer for 20 years, and I love working here with Mr. Rick Lorenzen, and he's the one that brought me to the club. He was my mentor, and definitely miss him. And one day he say, Rosie, why you don't come to the board meetings? And I was like, sure, why not? So there was one, so he invited me and I came over, and I just love it. Since then I've been here. The Lions Club, the statements of the Lions Clubs is to help the young generation That's our mission, is to support the young generation and build cards. I don't know anything about classic cards, but definitely I know this was Rick Lorenzen's mission, and I want to keep the legacy of Rick Lorenzen.
Hi, I'm Tammy Lorenzen Fanslow. So what led me to the Lions Club is my dad. Lions Club had funded one of his favorite places, Lions Drag Strip. So with that, he had decided that he wanted to start his own Lions Club as a service to the community, to give back, because that's what got him out of the house, out of trouble by going to Lions Drag Strip. So he wanted to give back. He started to do the process of starting a Lions Club, and unfortunately then he passed away in 2024. So we are continuing that legacy of getting the Lions Club started. So we are the Long Beach West Lions Club. So that is one of the main reasons that I joined, and he was encouraging me to let's get this started. So here we are official, and we're very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to more people joining us and helping as an advocate for the community, to help service the community and whatever needs there needs to be. But it's amazing what can be done, especially in a community like, just for example, with vision. I know that we take in donations for eyeglasses, and one of the things we've talked about as a club is possibly helping out with some schools that may need bleachers or may need a scoreboard or something, just to kind of help give back to the community, to help. That's what I remember growing up, was going to a game, seeing the scoreboard, you cheering for your team and stuff. So if that's something that we can help do fundraising for, then I'm all for it.
Hi, my name's Terry Young. I'm originally from, I grew up in Oregon, and then I was, went to college, also was in the Air Force, and then retired out of there, and from that point on I've worked a number of various jobs. I think, if I look back in the times, it seems like throughout my life there's been opportunities to help other people in situations where, they need an extra hand. And that could be just like, we worked on a small farm, and there were some neighbors that needed some help. So we went over there and helped them. Although that's really not, if you will, volunteering in the traditional sense, but it basically you kind of were, you grew up with that sort of a perspective on how to go about, and things in your life. Being with somebody that you enjoy their time with is always very beneficial. It's nurturing in a sense. And so when you get to group, is whether it's the Lions Club or another club, the time is being spent with people that are doing the same kind of things, and you have a goal in mind, and you also you realize that the things that you're doing are going to help others. And so that makes it a lot easier on a day-to-day basis. Whether we're out at a car show and we're talking to people or talking with kids about whether it's cars or it's whether other opportunities in the community. It's just a great time to be able to get in and be with people that you enjoy being with, as well as contributing to the community. One of the things, I guess, that is key, I don't know if it's key to my involvement while I'm here, was that we're sporting, in a sense, our chapter is tied in with automobilia, and the person who put this together, or the beginning of it, was Rick Lorenzen. There's a quote that I came across that just reminds me of the past owner of automobilia. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and read it to you. It's not the strength of the hands, but the steadiness of them that builds what's last. And Rick was a big man. Of course, he had strong hands, big man, and worked all his life. So I just think about the dedication of what he put in, if you will, and what he gave to the community in a much larger sense that, as a volunteer. He got a lot of people together and was able to make this even a bigger endeavor than anybody could have thought.
Hello, I'm Jim Jones from Long Beach, California. Joined the Lions Club after volunteering here at the museum. Just was looking for another way to help serve people in Long Beach. I understand that a big part of the original Lions drag strip was promoted by the Lions Club, and kind of missed some of the opportunities for the service clubs that I know existed in Long Beach a long time ago. Used to have very active lions, elks, and I don't see that as much anymore. So now that the West Long Beach Lions Club is open, I wanted to try and help build that back.